Hey, what's up everyone? Rez here with a new interview with a third place contestant of Fish Tank Live, Vance. Let's get right into it. Alright, video call with Vance. Here we go.
There we go.
Hey, there he is. There he is.
You see me? You can hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Cool. Hell yeah. Got Vance in the building. Vance in the motherfucking building. How you feeling today, brother?
I'm feeling great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. I can't complain. I mean, I could, but who the fuck would care, right?
Yeah.
You take your Vance pills today.
Absolutely. Every day.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Staying right. Staying healthy. All right. I like it. Indeed. So, Vance, the man of the hour. Tell me, what do you usually get into in your day-to-day? What's the life of you look like on the Monday through the Fridays? I
mean, it depends, but typically wake up, have my morning smoothie, take my Vance pills, do a little bit of work on the computer, whether it's music, whether it's editing, writing, whatever it is. Sometimes I'll go for a walk, I'll do something outdoors. Try to do that every day.
Try and stay a little bit more active on like the physical side.
Yeah.
I heard on your stream the other day when you were talking with Lance and on your solo streams that you've actually been trying to keep a little bit on the more physical side since you left the tank, actually, that you've been have you been taking some tips from Scott?
I've been trying to just remember all the things he said. I do want to reach out to him and ask him some questions about boxing, because I do want to get more serious about boxing specifically. I've been doing it with my friends since coming back, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and I would like to get a fight.
You've been like sparring and actually getting in the ring?
Not in the ring, but we've been kind of sparring with each other, holding pads, things like that.
Okay.
And getting the techniques down, I think.
Yeah, that's still, hey man, you're still getting up there. That's still a step. Did you have some like aggressions you wanted to get out, or it was just like really fun to get a pump on?
Yeah, it's mostly just fun to get a pump on. It's a nice change of pace from like lifting weights, because I lift a lot, but I hate running. And so it's like, to me, it's the perfect way to get cardio, boxing.
For sure. Yeah, and you're definitely going to want to keep your cardio up. Oh yeah, definitely go those rounds. Is there a fight you have in particular in mind?
Well, on the show, I talked about...
You were really quick about that. You were like, yeah, maybe get a fight in. It was like, okay, this man ain't just working out. He's trying to get a fight in. He's got plans. He's got someone on his list.
On the show, I talked about fighting Lyle Forever, who does this. He's the therapy lizard or therapy gecko.
So it was really crazy to find out that I saw you had a motivational lizard, which was actually your very first post on your channel. At least it is now.
Yeah, I think it was the first video I made on that channel at all, which is kind of crazy that one, the first one I made, took off the most.
How did that take off? Did that just like become a meme, or was it something that you even knew about, or did you just wake up one day and it was just flooding?
It kind of just had a steady rise. Like, as soon as it was posted, it was kind of getting shared like in some weird spots, and then like the views just kept rising and rising and rising, and it was kind of like slow and steady. And then like in 2019, it started getting played on this like popular streamer's stream. I can't remember his name, but he would play it a lot, and it became a meme kind of within that community. And then it started getting like millions of views.
Oh,
and that's kind of how it popped off. Like it went from like maybe 100,000 to like 1 million or 2 million.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Damn.
I might not be getting the exact timeline correct, but yeah.
So do you really feel like, I'm actually surprised that we're already getting into this so early, but I can't resist. You mentioned Lyle Forever. You legitimately think that he stole his like get up from Motivational Lizard, or is that just more of like, turned into a joke, or were you for real like adamant about this motherfucker right here, he stole my shit? Do you feel like Lyle, the therapy gecko, actually stole your persona or your character, or do you feel that it was more so of an inspiration, maybe an homage of sorts?
I do think like he probably saw it and probably kind of went with the idea.
I noticed that with you, that your comedy is almost like a puzzle, if you will, where you leave it up to the audience to kind of put certain pieces together and be like, is he gaslighting? Is he for real? Or one thing in particular, like when you were doing like schizo, Vance, like god damn dude, you were amazing. I legitimately I was like, I hope he's okay. I hope he's not too tired, because I know how draining that could have been.
Yeah, it was extremely draining. And I've said this a few times on different streams, and with Lance too. But so in the middle of that challenge, they took me down to the basement because my mom was calling them and was worried that I was legit like fucked up. And then yeah, and so I kept it going all night. And then the next day, like I woke up and I was just like, fuck, I have to keep this going. Like I didn't know when we were gonna switch up the disabilities. And then once I got the next one, I was just completely drained, and I wanted to do this. I had no legs, and so I wanted to do this kind of like disabled veteran character, like a Lieutenant Dan kind of character.
Oh, yeah.
And I was having the most difficult time coming up with any bits to do for it, because I was just so mentally drained from the constant schizo thing going on.
Staying in character the entire time.
Yeah, staying in character. Yeah.
Yeah, you had to fucking, not just Johnny Depp, you had to Jared Leto that shit. I can imagine how draining that was for you. I mean, like, god damn, I was really wondering, I was like, this man hopefully has some Red Bulls. I can tell from your videos and your YouTube that I'm sorry, man, but it's just like, it's clear that you are MDE, like, inspired in the best of ways, because I mean, from the cuts to the colors, even like the shades of colors that you put in your videos, it's very reminiscent to MDE and Sam Hyde's just kind of personal skits. How did you first discover Sam Hyde and MDE? Because you seem very energetically inspired by them in the best of ways. How did you discover MDE and Sam Hyde? Like what was the origin story for that?
It's honestly kind of hard to remember, but I think I saw Moms. I think that was the first video I saw, and I think it was because Chris O'Neill maybe shared it. So I found
the Thanks Computer video, right?
Yeah. So I found Thanks Computer first and thought that they were all like one, I guess, comedy unit.
Same.
And then and then I kind of found like the $1 Million Stream channel like shortly after, and then started getting into the like the vertical videos and stuff like that. Like all
like
the
father
classics.
Figure and shit like that.
Yeah, and like what is it, Dark Tyler or whatever. I can't remember, but yeah, the classics. But that's pretty much, I think that's how I discovered them. And then I just never stopped watching. And I did kind of, once they moved to Gumroad, I haven't kept up so much with the recent stuff, but I started again after like, once I knew I was going to be on Fishtank, and like after Fishtank especially, I kind of like started keeping up with it again.
Yeah. So what about Sam Hyde and the MDE style? What captivated you to, when you first find something that becomes your shit or something that you like? You know how when you're first watching something and you're just like, whoa, this, like in your head, you're just like, this is my new thing. What about Sam Hyde and MDE and those skits captivated you? What made you just look for more?
I mean, it's hard to say. I think just his delivery, it just cracks me up every time. And Nick and Charles as well, and the three of them, like
Nick's
how they
a phenomenal actor too. I'm very surprised the more I went into it.
Yeah, he's extremely funny. I don't think I've ever laughed as much at anybody like as I've laughed at him. Like he's I think he's a comedy genius.
Oh yeah.
And I got to be in a scene with him for World Peace 2.
No shit.
It was so hard not to crack up the whole time.
I cannot wait to see that, man. Oh my god, Vance and Nick Rochefort together. Oh, that's gonna be epic, man. So was it just like the off the wall, like quick style editing? Was it just the fact that it was so new and different and innovative, like something that was just beyond anything? Because you're not gonna find too much stuff on YouTube or any other website for that matter that's like their stuff, you know?
Exactly. It was very unique. I mean, I hate this word, but like the aesthetics of it was very unique to me.
No. Yeah, I'm big on that aesthetics of for sure.
Like everything about it, like it's kind of surreal, which I really appreciate. And like you're talking about, like the editing style kind of captivated me as an editor. Yeah, like it also, like I think one thing that draws me to it is that their style and their delivery, it's kind of inspiring. And I think like I'm guilty of this, but like you see these clones, like these kind of Sam Hyde clones, because it's such a, like, I think if you watch a Sam Hyde bit for the first time, something in your head, if you're kind of like a budding comedian or whatever, you're like, oh, like I can do this, you know? It's like, it's a style that I think saying it like anyone can do it is the wrong thing to say. That's not exactly what I mean, but it's like
it can spark you if you have some kind of inner wick that is connected to entertainment and the pursuits of comedy. It can definitely ignite that flame for sure.
Yeah, and kind of like the DIY feeling of it as well.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's just his comedy style, their comedy style.
It seems like a lot of friends having a good ass time, time at the end of the day.
Exactly.
You know, and I think that's what it is. Like, yes, you can have the fancy cameras, the set, maybe some extra actors, but the point is that I think it shows something special, that, you know, like something that some genuine, sincere friends can create something so innovative and new together, you know? How did you find out about Fishtank through the grapevine of MDE? How did you discover the auditions?
I heard, so I saw a clip of Sam and I think it was Nick talking about they're going to make a reality show, and it was called Hell House, I believe. And I saw that clip and I just kind of like had that in the back of my mind. I think it was years ago that they were talking about it, but yeah, they were talking about like having a reality show with MDE fans. And so, and I had I was following Jet on Twitter and I saw him post the ad for it, and I was like, oh, this is probably that. And I was instantly like, I have to do this. Like, this would be so much fun to do. Yeah, I just made a video, and they said I was maybe the first person to apply, or within the first, like, yeah,
you hopped right on it. You wasted no time.
Yeah.
So you ended up talking with Jet directly with your audition?
No. So I sent in the tape, and like months later, I get a text or like an email back, saying like, hey, you applied for the show like a while ago. We want to let you know, like, we're sending you info or whatever about it. And I honestly forgot that I did it. And I thought it was for, because I also auditioned to be in a short film role. And I thought it was something like that. Like it was like some extra work.
So you really didn't have like a full idea of what you were getting yourself into. You just knew it was like, hey, something new and different.
Yeah.
Little did you know.
I mean, I put the pieces together and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this was this that I applied for. And I was like, oh shit. I didn't expect to be chosen, and I didn't know if I was going to get on until very soon before the show kicked off. Was it like a live audition, or you just sent your tape in, they hit you up, and they kind of just had a Q&A with you a little bit? Yeah, so I sent the video in, and then we're kind of exchanging emails back and forth, and then I get like a video interview, and then like a few weeks later they say like you were chosen, like you're gonna be on. And yeah, that was basically it. How did that feel? Did you have that rush of like, you know, when that people hit you with those bazooka air guns, did you have that just rush of air just hit your face like, whoa, this is happening? What did you think? What went through your head? It didn't really feel real. It still doesn't feel real that I was even on it. Yeah, I don't know. Watching clips and you're like, who is that guy? That was right. Yeah, it's surreal. It's surreal. I was like kind of in my head like, nah, something's gonna happen. Like it's not gonna happen. But no, it happened. That shitty voice started talking in the back of your head saying something's gonna fuck up, man. Yeah. Kind of a whirlwind of, okay, I gotta start packing. I gotta find like clothes without logos, and like I gotta start doing all this preparing. Yeah, luckily nothing. I didn't bring anything that I couldn't part with. It's a good thing you brought your drums in there with you, your little drum kit. That was cool as fuck. What got you into the drums? So my dad is a musician. Okay. And he was always playing in bands, and I was like going to his concerts probably as young as 3 years old or something. Music is in your blood. Yeah. He's a singer, but something about, I don't know, something about the drums kind of always just resonated with me. Yeah. And like I'm kind of a fidgety guy, you know. Not like Josie status or anything, but like I have ADD, ADHD, so I think you're pretty fucking chill. yeah. And like in the house, I know you could probably see me like tapping on the counters and things like that. You woke up early a lot too, walking around, so I could tell you were probably like, God damn, I need some shit to do. yeah. And so like drums is kind of just like a natural fidgeting kind of thing for me to do. I think what really kicked it off though was like the games Rock Band and Guitar Hero. Like I started really getting into music on a deeper level that way. Like Rock Band specifically, like when I incorporated the drums into that game, it was just like, all right, this is it for me. Like this is the most fun. Because everybody always tried to say that it was discouraging for people to play like, oh, Rock Band made people not want to play real instruments, but this is a testament to the opposite right there. That's pretty cool that it motivated you to want to actually pick up some sticks and get to beating, man. And so I'm like kind of getting back into it. Yeah. Did doing all that stuff in Fishtank and then also outside after, have you kind of like reignited more of a spark for your drumming? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Hell yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, the whole time I was in the tank, I was like, damn, I wish I had a drum set. I wish I had like, and I kind of, would make like makeshift drums and You got so excited anytime someone would want to learn drums, and you were so patient when Josie or Letty or you were so patient, but you were so excited to teach them, and you were like, no, you're doing great. Like, if anything, you know what, maybe on one of your streams, do a little thing where you can drum with some other people or something, play with some other people, give tips and tricks and share ideas, and maybe they can teach you something too. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you, man. That means a lot, actually. I feel like, so I mean, everyone knows at this point, like I'm not the best at like articulating myself. And so when I'm teaching somebody, it's kind of nerve-wracking to make sure I'm not saying the wrong thing to them.
Did you go into the fish tank with like a set agenda or like some kind of plan when you went into the house? Like, okay, I'm gonna go into this game show, I'm going into this reality show, I can't believe this is real, but here's what I'm gonna do. Did you have like one of those? Did you have, because Lance and Ty had somewhat of a plan when they were going into the house, because of course they were just kind of jumping in there as freeloaders. But you as a fish, did you go into the fish tank with any sort of plan as to what you were gonna do?
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually have it right here. I have it.
Whoa, this man is prepared.
Well, it's actually just been sitting here the whole time since coming home, but I have I wrote down ideas of how to like mess with people, kind of like in the realm of the iDubbbz gaslighting document.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I wanted to go in there and mess with people. And in my interview, in my bio on the website, it said I wanted to bring my baseball cleats. And that was like one of the things that I said that I wanted to mess people. Like that was a way that I was going to maybe mess with people, was bring cleats and wear them in the house, because they just make this horrible sound, metal on wood floor. Like it's just a horrible sound. But yeah, I wrote down probably maybe 50 ideas of like just little subtle things here and there to kind of plant seeds.
Give us a little taste. Give us a little taste of some of your favorites, other than Tap Dance Vance.
Yeah. Some of the ones I would say my favorites were the ones that I actually was able to implement, like telling people that I was the Teletubbies baby, or that I'm addicted to puffing glue, or
that was fucking funny, because when you first asked, that was like the second day when you were like, can I at least get some glue to huff or something? I was like, God damn, this, because you know, like it was so early. It was like the first week. I was like, this motherfucker's already feeling it. Holy shit. Then after a while I was like, okay, legit. When you first did that, I was like, oh, that poor guy. Oh man, he's already jonesing. Oh man, y'all let this man get a fucking glue stick or something. Like, holy shit.
I probably, like looking back, I wish I leaned more into the glue thing. But yeah, and the other ones I liked a lot was like the Led Zeppelin one, like telling them my dad is in Led Zeppelin. And I think a TTS started the one about my dad being rich, but that was like, yeah, like that one was fun too. Like he owned a mine.
You were there since day one. I have to ask, what the fuck was going through your mind with the whole Simmons fiasco? Because you participated in a skit with him. How difficult was that? Like, what the fuck was even going on with that skit when that whole? Because I was just like, what is Simmons? What is he even going for with this skit?
Right. Yeah. No, it was like, he's definitely a strange guy. Like I kind of just chalked it up that he was just like a weird, quirky guy from another country. Kind of
like fucking one of those like theater, like weird theater kids. You know how they have plays where they fucking make whole musical fucking plays out of like pushing brooms and weird shit, and they wear weird pants and weird shit? He struck me as one of those who would participate in one of those weird plays. So I thought that maybe that was just his thing too. You know? Same with you. I thought that was his deal. I thought that was like kind of his normal persona, was just a little guy who was a little weird, but nothing too crazy. But god damn, what the fuck went through your head with all that? Because you were sitting right next to him as well.
Yeah, like for the skit, you mean?
For both the skit and that situation, you were actually next to him in both of those instances. What the fuck was going through your head, man? You were sitting right next to him, and I'm sure it took a lot of processing with you, because you were in there with him since day one. So it was just like, whoa, because you didn't even have your phone or any internet, so this is all just hitting you blindsided.
It was pretty shocking, honestly. Like my heart was racing. I instantly like felt like a crazy sense of anxiety. And yeah, it was nuts. And we kind of in a situation like that, it's like, oh, fuck, like you don't really know how to act.
Right.
And you're just kind of thinking about, fuck, I did this with him. He's been in this house this whole time, and you know, you just start thinking about like, oh god.
I felt bad because remember he gave like John massages and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and I was I felt so bad because I was like, he probably, and you know, as someone who's like John is a very like, he loves Andrew Tate, he loves the idea of masculinity and stuff like that. So I was like, he probably was legit hurt.
The day before he got kicked out, I believe, he was telling us about this book. Like TTSs were coming in, hey Simmons, talk about your book or whatever, and we were just like, okay, it's TTS, just fucking with him, just like they do. And then he starts responding as if like he knows what they're talking about, and I think it was like he was telling me and somebody about it, and we were like, wait, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you have a book about...
I think it was like, you and Letty.
Yeah, that's what it was, yeah. And we're just looking at each other like, is he, like, this is real? Like, you have a book about what, dating kids? Or we're like, okay.
Hopefully he's fucking with us right now. Like, probably thinking hopefully he's gaslighting, and hopefully he's... I was even hoping that, and I was hoping that he like worked with Sam and Jet, and you know what I mean? Like that he was just an actor the whole time. That's what I was hoping until I did the research.
Yeah, it's same. And it's when there's like something like that out there and you're hearing about it, you want to like pretend that it's not real. You know,
unless
so
you have the facts, right? Because you don't want to also be the accusational witch hunter, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think like it's hard to remember the exact feeling and how like we were acting around it, but I'm pretty sure we were just like, all right, this guy, like, I don't know, I think we just kind of tried to ignore it a little bit, maybe pretend that it wasn't the case.
You tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Because you were trying, you were like, hey, this is our house, this is our roommate, this is our housemate, and you were also just trying to be a decent human. As we said, we don't want to be witch hunters, you know, so we just want to give him the benefit of the doubt until Mr. Goldstriker enters the building, and out of uniform at that. When he put the gloves on, and when he started putting his gloves on, I was like, holy shit, he's about to yoke Simmons out of there if he keeps talking shit, because Simmons started yelling, getting snippy. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I think that was like the first time he came in out of character too, I believe, and it was like, okay, yeah, something's happening here.
You know, did that make you want to leave it all, or did that just straight fuck with you? How did you guys feel during and after?
It definitely fucked with me, but I wasn't considering leaving over it. The rest of the night was even somehow crazier, because that was like the night that John got extremely drunk. I don't know if it was on camera.
It wasn't on camera, whether it be Twitter or Reddit or YouTube comments. I've only seen text about what happened, that apparently he got like blackout drunk. I heard that Sam had to wrestle John to the ground or something like that. That's what I read, because John got belligerent or something like that.
What happened was after Simmons leaves, so Simmons leaves and we're all kind of just like processing what went down, because there was also like a huge fight between John and Morrow hours before. Right, all this happened on the same day. Like, and so all these things are happening, and somehow like the Simmons thing, like it's almost not even in the front of our brains at this point, and I think this was like a production trying to alleviate tension, ease the shock. Alleviate tension, ease the shock on the contestants a little bit. So they brought us all down to the basement, and then they were like, because this was a stressful day, we'll give you some drinks, some pizza, have a good time, watch a movie.
Stuart Little too, right?
But and so we get the alcohol, and immediately John fills up an entire red Solo cup with vodka, filled to the brim, straight, and downs the whole thing in like 10 seconds. And then we're like, do it. And this whole time, so at this point, not even thinking about Simmons, right?
Right. Yeah, just having a good time, chilling.
But when he does this, I'm begging him, like, please do not drink that. This is going to be the worst shit ever if you drink this. And he's like, I do this all the time. Like,
you were not wrong, Vance.
Dude, I tried so hard to stop it. No, and so he downs the whole thing. Like, honestly, like, you can tell he's like in pain a little bit, but he didn't seem that fucked up. Like it was very gradual. And I expected it to be like he's instantly down, but no, he lasted for like hours, but he was chugging beers also, like, oh no, in the span of this time. And then eventually gets to a point where like he can't stand up, he can't do anything, and it was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. I didn't get to see it all because they took him down to the basement at one point, and we just heard sounds, and didn't seem pleasant. But I heard that they were like chasing him around outside and stuff.
You seem like you got it along with everybody in the house. Who do you think your biggest allies and your biggest enemies were, including from fish and freeloaders and the whole nine? And of course, Simmons will go ahead and say he was an enemy.
It's hard to say. I mean, my biggest allies, I would say, was like the 4-person alliance. I got along really well with Sylvia, Damiel, and Josie.
Damnation. I'm a fan of the others too. Sylvia's cool as fuck too, and Josie, of course. Come on.
I mean, I had definitely a rivalry with like John, at least in my eyes, but it was like kind of a fun rivalry, you know, and like Letty as well, kind of like people that, okay, we know that we're kind of we're working against each other. Like,
of course, competition, you know, king of the hill, cutthroat type shit.
And I never really kind of felt that way with any of the other contestants. It was never like a I'm gonna fuck you over if I have to kind of thing. I didn't feel that way from anyone else but those two.
Well, I think also because John probably saw you as maybe not so much like outingly, but I think he also saw you because he's so big on being, you know, the whole Andrew Tate mentality of the dominant guy. So I think because you were kind of like, you're not necessarily someone he could just punk out, you know what I mean? You're not a shrimpy small guy. I feel like maybe that was a little bit of his tension. Not like he didn't like you, but let's be real, like he probably wanted to be, I'm unquestionable dominant John, you know what I mean?
That's another thing about the show in any like kind of social game like that is knowing when to go along with stuff and to remain on people's good sides. Yeah, that's just like a little interesting thing that maybe people look past a lot of time. But I mean, I'm always just kind of fascinated by the how people can get ahead and how I was able to get ahead kind of thing. Like, you know, lean back, strike when it matters, but the most of the time, don't make a spectacle of yourself kind of thing. But I also knew that I needed to maintain good favor with the audience. So that's kind of like why I would go into my room and like talk to the camera instead of you know, providing content.
Powwowing with them, you were powwowing with the audience that were given the numbers.
Yes. Like being a neutral presence to all the contestants, but to the audience, I was kind of like playing it up a lot and really trying to connect with them because I felt like that's what matters most.
Of course. Speaking of presences though, during the camping challenge, when you just kind of, I think you like went to the bathroom or something, or maybe you went to the fridge or something, and you come back to your spot and you see a wild lance has appeared. What went through your head when you saw a wild lance appear in the campsite? You know, did it mess with you a bit having someone just copy your every move? What went through your head?
I think I just woke up and then I saw him there. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, and I instantly knew like what was going on. Like, okay, this is a clone of me. And
your comedian spidey sense went off.
Yeah, and I was excited for it because anytime there's like something for me to play off with, it was perfect for me. Because like I think I do best with prompts like that. It's like, okay,
in like a more of a group environment, like things you can feed off of, energies you can feed off of and bounce off of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially like comedically. So I knew like, okay, I have a clone now. Let's have fun with this. There's a lot I can do with this. And so like, and I saw that he was basically like mimicking my every move. And so I would start doing things to kind of make sure that he was doing it accurately. And like, I would kind of copy him, copying me, just because like I thought it would look really funny on camera to see it. There was a moment where I think it was towards the end of the night that I was like, okay, now at this point, I do want to consciously start like some sort of a fight with him. And so he was asleep and I'm like, all right, now's the time to like, you know, we had our fun. Now let's ramp it up a bit. Let's like make this more interesting. So he's sleeping and I go up to his room and I stand over him and I'm like, I can't remember what I was saying to him, but I was basically
you're so smart.
Yeah, you think so smart, don't you? And I got a kick out of like pointing things out about him, which were just things about me. You know, like you and your stupid black long sleeve shirt.
What did you think when Sam and them came in and said that Lance was initiated into the MDE crew and gonna be a part of world peace? And they just didn't acknowledge you or didn't say anything to you. What was going through your head? Because that actually hurt me for you, because I was like, oh man, like come on, at least tell him something.
Honestly, I had a lot of fun with Lance and I was happy for him. I thought, like, I knew they were doing it to like make fun of me, but I thought he was genuinely going to be on the show. I was pumped for him. I really was. And that's just kind of how I am. Like, so this is one thing, like it kind of bugs me when like people get jealous of like others' success or like their friend maybe succeeding more than them. Like, fuck that. I want my friends to succeed. I want them to have like all these.
I have this concept that I feel like, because especially creative people look at that rivalry as like a good rivalry, a way of motivating each other, just like you know, Goku and Vegeta, Naruto and Sasuke, you know, all that type shit. Not from, I don't know if you watch anime or not, but those are anime references.
A little bit, yeah.
They work off
of each other.
Exactly. You know, and rather than being, as you said, rather than being all salty for them, be happy as hell for them, motivate them, because that should motivate you, you know?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I knew it was like, all right, like it's clearly a way to fuck with me. But, and I was hoping he would be on. And I was happy for him. But I also knew like I'm here to win. Like I need to be here. And my head was just in the game at that point.
Hell yeah. You were just like on focus mode. You were like, I'm gonna win this shit. Like, so you were having that laser focus, man. Did you think that you would make it to the top 3? Like really? Yeah. Did you think that you would make it to the top 3, man?
Well, I knew I would make it to the top 3. I thought I'd make it to the top 2, and I thought I would win. I honestly thought there was no way I could lose, which which was, you know, maybe it's a little overconfident, but that's
no. You have to, yeah, you have to have that mentality when you're in the moment.
Exactly. You do have to believe in yourself, and I did, and I mean, I still do. Like, it's just something that's just kind of my mindset in life. But yeah, no, I did think I would win. I thought it would be almost no contest.
Oh man, was it a little bit of a blow, kind of having to leave at that point, or did you feel like, you know what, I put in fucking work, I made sure that my time was worth it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I wasn't upset about losing. I knew I did well, I did my best. Like, I thought, you know, just the last few challenges just didn't go my way.
Yeah, you know,
and
it happens.
I wasn't, yeah, and I was kind of burned out too. Like, I was so tired after.
You and Josie had to do that goddamn chair challenge. Yeah, I can imagine, brother. Kudos to you and Josie, bro. Y'all went way longer than I thought y'all would with that challenge.
I think that challenge would have gone a lot longer too if I didn't slip. I think it would have gone.
I'm gonna be real. I was kind of wondering. I was like, did he just give that to her? Kind of like a, you know what, you got this. Yeah, it was just genuinely coincidence.
Yeah, no, she just beat me.
Hell,
like, that's
there you go.
In respect, like,
well, look at it like this, Vance. You didn't have to lick Chris's belly button though, right?
Yeah,
right.
So that's another thing. So like, when I left, I was honestly relieved, and I was like, holy shit, like I can kind of let my guard down a bit. I can relax a little bit.
No cameras watching me while I'm trying to fucking take a nap.
Yeah, and I didn't feel like I had to be on all the time, basically. But when I got home, and I didn't really watch the show. In fact, I maybe tuned in for 30 minutes total.
Oh, really? Like after you left? Yeah. I was gonna ask, did you watch it at all? Was it surreal watching it on a different perspective like that, from being in the house to watching it on the actual cameras on the live stream?
Yeah, it was weird because I didn't see the website at all. Like just seeing how everything worked was like, oh damn, and it was kind of cool. Like, it's a really cool website.
Oh, it progressed over time. It was very janky when y'all's first week or two. I mean, you remember it went down. Like, but as the weeks went by, they definitely worked on it. Yeah. No, the website definitely got worked on for sure. That shit, like, so was it trippy seeing it in a comfortable, you're out of the fish tank, you're in your area, and you're watching it from the camera's perspective and seeing your fellow fish and freeloaders, you know, how was that, seeing it outside and having to watch them lick that greasy, stinky belly button?
Yeah, so it was weird. And I don't know, it was a really weird feeling, and maybe that's why I just didn't really tune in that much. It was mostly just because, like, I just got home after 40 days and like I'm catching up with everybody. There's just so much going on. That was mostly it, but also it was like, it was just a weird feeling seeing that all. And a lot of people, like, mostly what I was hearing was that I left the show at the perfect time because, like, it just got gross and
a little hard to watch sometimes. It did. Yeah. Admittingly. And I loved it. I watched all 42 days, you know, and I'm sure all of your family, I'm sure your little animals, you know, I saw you have a little kitty cat. I'm sure they were happy to see their dad again. Girl, happy to see you come back.
Yeah, no, it was crazy coming back, and it was just such a nice feeling. But no, coming back and just like seeing her again and finally being with people that, like, I can completely trust. Was like, holy shit, this is the greatest thing in the world. I was not upset that I wasn't in the tank anymore.
What was the very first thing you either wanted to do or did do when you got out of the fish tank? As soon as you got out of the fish tank and you were back in the world of Vance, away from all the chaos, away from having to be cutthroat and gritty with everybody, what was the first thing you wanted to do and that you were looking forward to? Maybe smoking a fat bowls, drinking a big old beer, you know, what were you excited to do?
I didn't sleep at all that night. I was up until, I mean, I had to be at the airport at 11, and I didn't fall asleep until like 9:30 a.m.
Oh man, just the anxiety of just like, wow, taking in everything that happened, everything's processing and shit.
Yeah, definitely. It was a ton to process, and seeing all the posts and everything, and it was wild. And then my Twitter got hacked that night too.
Your Twitter got hacked.
The same night. I got it back pretty quick. Luckily I had like things set up where it was like no big deal, but that was another thing that I just couldn't sleep because I was like, okay, now I have to do this for all my accounts. And
for sure. Now that you're like out there and known about. What was your favorite parts? What was your absolute favorite parts about being in the fish tank for the time that you were in? And what were your least favorite parts? Like, what was the times that you just dreaded, like, oh, fuck this, I'm out of here? And what were the times you were like, I never want to leave this place? This is actually pretty fucking fun.
Favorite parts? Definitely anytime there was a challenge that involved me acting or me doing an impression. Like, my favorite challenge in the whole show was the impressions challenge, where like first I was Sylvia, then I was Damiel. I can't remember the order, but but eventually we all were playing each other. Like that was so funny to me, and I just enjoy like doing impressions. I'm not like, I wouldn't consider myself an impressionist, but I love learning how to do that. I love learning how to do an impression.
Yeah, it's like studying different forms of comedy, and if you have to do a different character, like with voice acting, I totally get it. I study accents, the way they move even, you know, it's like a totally different persona. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think they could have done better about season 1, or maybe changed up to kind of improve? And what do you hope to see within season 2?
That's hard to say. I'm not sure how they could improve season 1.
I think more cameras, more cameras or hidden cameras that the production and audience knows about, but not the fish.
Yeah, I like that idea. I also, so coming back and seeing clips of myself and realizing you can't hear what I'm saying, and sometimes I know I said something really good and it just didn't get picked up. That was such a bummer. So definitely better microphones.
Yeah, more mics for sure.
I'm down to be involved in season 2 if they want me to in any capacity.
Yeah.
I'm
what would
totally
you like to do? And if you were in season 2, how would you like to torture the fish?
What I would like to do, there's a few different avenues. I think one could be I'm a freeloader, but I have schizophrenia or whatever, and I kind of do the bit, and I have like a new personality every day. And this was something that I wrote in the gaslight document here, was like, have a new personality every day. But I didn't. I should have done it from day 1. But that's
like,
one
be
thing.
surprised one day when you find out you're not black.
Yeah. Yeah. But at the same time, like, I can also see them going like completely fresh and not having anybody come back.
Yeah,
like
maybe in the future a reunion tour or something like that. That actually would be cool, if like down the line. Yeah, where you guys are competing either again or maybe 2 teams. Oh, there's a thought. 2 teams of OG fish competing against each other. That actually would be pretty cool. What do you feel like? What do you feel like you've gained from the fish tank experience, though? Since you've left from fish tank, how do you feel like it's helped you, your YouTube, your musical, and you in general? What do you think you've gained from the fish tank? What do you think you took from it that's helped you in your life?
I mean, I definitely gained somewhat of an audience, for sure. A much larger platform to kind of just share my creations with, which is like, I've really appreciated. I started streaming. I never thought I'd be a streamer, but here I am streaming. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I kind of like, I don't watch streams myself just because like I'm not too into, like, most streams are like watching games to me, it seems like. Yeah. And I'm not too into that. So I knew, like, if I'm gonna stream, it's gonna be like, I'm gonna be doing like some sort of weird, like, now my thing right now is kind of having this secret stream where, like, we can't tell them, it's like an underground operation, kind of, as somebody described it, as like a schizo radio host. Like, I just want, that's just how I have fun with it. It's just kind of playing into, you know, not taking it too serious. I learned that I am less cynical than I thought I was, because like I was going in there thinking I was just gonna mess with people the whole time, push their buttons, not care. But I really started feeling bad about certain things, you know, and especially like, that's why
your heart grew 3 times its size in the fish tank.
Yeah, that's why the last challenge that I did, the menace challenge, that's why, and this also goes back to another question where you said my least favorite moments. It was any time I had to like shit talk people or like be a menace or whatever, which is crazy to me, because I was going in there expecting to do that the whole time. Yeah. But you know, you grow attached to people and you feel bad about messing with them.
Your pesky human side combats your demon side.
Yeah, and that's why that challenge was so difficult for me.
Not for Letty though. God damn, she embraced that so much. I talked with Lance about that. She creeped me out so much how much she loved that challenge, and I was like, I guess this is just revenge for her. But god damn, with your skits and with your characters, with your musical pursuits, and even with your live streams, as you said, you never thought you would be someone who would live stream, and now here you are after the fish tank, not just doing one, but you have a good handful or more of live streams on your channel now. So this is something that you seem to be a little bit more at ease into. Do you feel like you've gained quite a bit of confidence, or maybe showmanship, or a little bit more knowledge on how the game goes of content creation appreciation and being an influencer?
Yeah, definitely knowledge. Yeah, definitely confidence as well in being able to put myself on display for 2 hours live, like every, you know, twice a week or whatever. Definitely the show aided me in that.
Yeah.
Just
and thinking of like new ideas and whatnot.
Yeah, kind of gaining a sense, a little more, a better sense of improv. And I kind of try to do that on my streams as well, as kind of just go with the flow, read the chat, see what they're saying, and play off of it. And yeah, so definitely confidence in my abilities. And like you said, like everyone talking about like my drumming abilities and stuff, like that's been cool to hear.
You know, I know you were a fan of Sam and Jason Goldstriker before the whole deal with MDE, but how do you feel about him and Jason Goldstriker after the 42 days?
I mean, I'm definitely, absolutely still a fan. I think I have a lot more appreciation for what goes into what they're doing as well. Like just knowing all the insane things they had to deal with making Fishtank.
The struggles and all the shit talking of Hollywood and everything.
Yeah. I definitely have like, and I had an appreciation for it before, but I didn't like seeing it firsthand. Like my appreciation just grew. And also like being on the World Peace set, seeing how they operate and how like laid back and chill everything. Like I was expecting, because I've been on film sets, I went to film school, and it's usually like the most stressful, like the director's freaking out and everything's going wrong,
super tedious and whatnot, and tensions are high everywhere, nobody's lax, stiff all around.
But being on set and just like experiencing like it's a very positive atmosphere, which and I know they kind of have a reputation of like messing with the actors and stuff like that, and kind of making jokes out of them, but I didn't like get that feeling at all. It was a very chill, very positive vibe. I mean, I think people's main issue with him, and it's because they're not fans of his, they don't really know, they're not digging deep into what he really means, but they see like maybe an offensive joke here and there, and you know, try to take him down that way. But like comedy is difficult, and if something doesn't land for somebody, it's like, you know, that happens a lot, especially when you're doing it as long as he has. Yeah, and if somebody doesn't like what you said, they'll try to take you down for it nowadays, and it's because he's said so much, and it's just kind of like the style. I think people just kind of take, like, it's just kind of like an easy target. I don't know, like I think during my exit, like I'm getting messed with the whole show, but during the exit, I think what really resonated with me, Rez again, was the crew kind of telling me like, wherever you go from here, you're gonna succeed. Like that's just who you are. I was like, wow, like it was powerful to me, and I believe that. I think about that. I still think about that.
Because it's rare that people have such sincere words, even friends that you might have had for a long time. Let's be real, especially guys. You know, it's hard for people to really express sincere words. As you said, some people get jealous of their best friends or brother, even their brother's success, you know? So to have somebody say, I legitimately wish you nothing but the best and happiness, you know? Like, it seems to me, in my perspective, I feel like they've been fucked around with so much by all these, from Hollywood people to big YouTubers to you name it, that they've done a good job at spotting who is a sincere, genuine person themselves, you know what I mean? And I feel like they've also gotten quite accustomed to having to weed out fake bad people and also be resilient. Because when I see Sam, all I see is someone who's fucking resilient, someone who is unstoppable, someone who has not let all of the negativity get to them. And I feel like he's kind of instilled that in all of you. Because let's be real, you all heard negative things from TTS. Whether it was true, whether it was trolling, doesn't fucking matter. But that's still hard to deal with as a person. But you and all the other fish and freeloaders, whomever, dealt with it. And not only that, but there were times where you were just like, whatever, fuck off, TTS, you know what I'm saying? And that right there, I feel, was a proud moment for him, or Jet too, watching y'all downstairs be like, wow, look at them. At first they were all shook by TTS, and now they're saying TTS go suck a dick, you know what I mean? Like, and even right now, when you're interacting with your live streams and your chat, you're not letting anyone dictate or run your show.
Hell yeah, that's a good analogy, kind of the his being fucked with so much and kind of having that like influence us as the contestants, whether it's on the show or outside of the show. Like, yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Kind of relevant to the question I asked you about Sam. Were you familiar with Jet Neptune before all of Fishtank, or more so Sam and MDE?
It was mostly, I'd say mostly Sam and MDE. I knew who Jet was. I didn't honestly know how connected they were. I figured that they did some stuff together.
I didn't know he was Sam's right hand fucking dude. Like,
yeah,
I didn't know that. I just only saw him from like Brandon Buckingham videos.
Yeah, like, yeah, I didn't know how closely they worked together until getting on the show.
He's very good at making like ideas on the spot, and you know, really good at motivating you guys, and being like that. I think he's a great second in command with him, but great at running the fish tank because he seems to be just good with any kind of person. He can get along with anybody, he can chat with anybody, and that's a great thing. Do you have more of an opinion on him and his work ethic and like just how he functions when it comes to like creating ideas and comedy and working with fellow comedians or writers and all of you with doing more tasks and challenges and whatnot? What's your outlook on Jet after the 42 days are said and done?
Yeah, I mean, I have a ton of respect for him, and like you were saying, coming up with ideas on the spot and constantly coming up with things, because I don't know how much of the show was planned, but I imagine like something would happen and they would just be like, oh, this would be cool to add in now. And just the fact that he did that so consistently is pretty inspiring. And also, like you said, his ability to kind of talk to anybody, get along with everybody, which is something that like I kind of see in myself as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's an admirable skill to have, I think. And he definitely, like, there were a lot of problems, I'm sure, that happened on the show, but never once did I see him get rattled.
Yes, he is a very calm, level-headed guy, and there are plenty of times I was actually, from talking to an angry John, I know a lot of it was acting too, but just a lot of the situations, and even when he was talking to you guys after the whole Simmons fiasco, just how personable he was, how compassionate and passionate and just sincere they were with all of you, and caretaking for all of you and making sure you guys were okay. This is something that you would not see in a lot of people's shows or even their events. I would really, as an OG fish, I need to get your perspective on this. So there's a lot of little scurvy little Redditors that want to know what the fuck Chris smelt like in person. Although I'm sure, you know, like, because I was a fan of Airsoft, you know, before the whole thing. So what was it like meeting him, and what was the smell like, and what did the fish tank house smell like as well?
Honestly, I don't recall him smelling like anything, and maybe it's just because I was so desensitized after being in the tank for so long.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and it didn't smell all that bad in there, but I'm also like, I'm not too sensitive to smells. Maybe it was really bad and I just didn't really notice or pay much attention to it.
Here's an important question, speaking of smells though.
Yeah.
You were there for Chris having the dookie stain incident. Look, I'm fascinated with this. I have to ask everybody about this. You were there and you were trying to encourage him. You even tried to warn him about the dookie stains. I saw you saying, I told Chris, I said, you have shit on you. I told him. You said that you told him. So what was going through your head when you saw that a hooker denied Chris sex because of dookie stains on his butt? What the fuck did you think? Because that was content fucking gold. I was just laughing my ass off, bro. I
was just really, I wish I could have seen it in real time. Like, I wish I was in the room or something. No, I just knew it was hilarious, but I was also maybe not extremely, but I was pretty damn drunk. So it's hard to remember. I don't even remember telling him about the shit stains, honestly. Like, you told me that, I was like, did I?
You got anything new in the works for yourself, man? Like, what are your latest ambitions for the Empire of Vance? What are your pursuits and your goals? Since Fish Tank is over with, but what is up your sleeve? Anything that you can share?
I mean, right now, kind of just I'm working a lot on music. I'm trying to put an album out, and then planning the tour. I think the tour might even be with Sylvia. We've talked about it. Oh shit, nice. Yeah, which would be cool. I'm not like planning too much in terms of like season 2. I'm just kind of like doing my own thing.
Yeah.
Until, you know, if they reach out or whatever, then obviously I'll heed the call. But for now, for now I'm just kind of working on my own thing. Yeah, settling into I guess this new like content flow that I'm going to try to keep up with.
Yeah, because you've boosted up to almost 30,000 subs now on YouTube.
Yeah,
hell yeah. What were you at before the fish tank?
I want to say I had 20,000 flat, maybe.
Okay, shit, you still were up there. Your animations got you quite up there, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, but, so was it the animations more than the skits?
Yeah, definitely the animations are more popular with people, it seems, especially like Motivational Lizard and the kind of like the more low effort memey kind of ones. People seem to like a lot. I think it's just like shareable.
Yeah,
you know?
It's always crazy how that works. Is the shit you don't expect to pop off, or the shit you put like not as much effort into to is what ends up being the favorite. It's always weird.
Exactly. Yeah. And I enjoy making like the skits way more.
Yeah.
Not that I don't like doing the animations. It's just it's a lot more work.
Oh yeah.
And
I watch Joel Haver as well, and oh yeah, hell yeah, man, because he has the same thing where his animations get like 5 times more views than his content, but his content's fucking amazing. He does high quality work, but his animations just always have millions, and it's like, what? Yeah. Maybe just shareable, like you said, you know, and shorter. Yeah,
I actually prefer his non-animations, like his live action skits.
Yeah. Oh, I love them.
Yeah. This is a definitely like a good atmosphere, and I like I said, I was telling you that this is my first interview about the show at all, and
I do appreciate you even considering me and even hitting me up, man. Like, that was fucking cool of you, and I did not expect that, because I was actually wondering. I was like, what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna go from here? I kind of like, because I wanted to do something else fish tank related, but I didn't know really where to go or what to do. And I was like, oh fuck yeah, when I saw that, I was like, hey, light motherfucking bulb. Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, I saw the interview with Lance, and I was impressed. I was like, yeah, this seems like a lot of fun to do. So yeah,
hell yeah. Hopefully you're having a good time, man. Fucking try and keep it all light and chill. Hell yeah. I see you're sipping on a little bit of that a little bit of your Rainier, huh?
Juice. Yeah. It's absolutely a real brand. This is Rainier beer, the finest beer you can find.
Oh, whoa. Before you do your Vance, I know you have a sponsorship plug with Rainier. I'm totally fine with you doing your sponsorship plug on this interview. I have no problem with that whatsoever, but I have to do my own sponsorship real quick right before, if that's okay. It's just I'm obligated. So I'm obligated by my sponsors.
Contracts and everything.
Yeah. Fucking this right here is my favorite energy powder. It could be your energy powder right here. It's backwards though. Holy shit, I'll have to reverse that. This could be your brand. This could be your brand right here. It says your energy powder stuff. It could be yours, whatever your brand is out there. This could be your brand right here that I am advertising. And there's nothing more I like than putting a powder of whatever this shit is, that could be your brand, into my cups and drinking the shit out of it, because this could be your brand right here on this label. And then also, what I love more than powders of whatever that shit is when I'm drinking someone else's drink, this brand is my favorite brand, and this could be your brand right here. This could be your drink here with all the nutritional facts of your brand and your nutritional beverages here that could be yours. One thing I love to do when I drink this stuff is getting a pep in my step and being ready to go and fuck the world's pussy with whatever I'm able to do with this. That could be yours. That could be yours right here, and it could be me super efficiently representing it. But because I love this stuff. Whatever. Yeah, I love that shit.
Take him up on it. Take him up on it. You gotta do it.
So good. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, as you can see, I'm just sipping on the finest beer in all the land, Rainier here. Vitamin R, some call it.
I love Vitamin R.
Tastes good. I actually take my pills with this. I wash it down with the Rainier.
I actually heard that Rainier beer adds 2 inches to your penis over a course of years drinking it consecutively.
I've heard that as well. I think it's like every year, or maybe it's like every 2 years is 1 inch. It was something like that. I can't remember the math. Yeah, I'm sure all that info is in the contract. I just got to read it again. I kind of skimmed it, but
yeah, never skim over your stone tablets. Rainier beer goes down smooth as velvet. What is it that you feel you wanted to gain out of it the most? Like, of course, you know, you got your audience and everything, but what did you look to, like, what did you say, I'm gonna do this going in here? Like, I'm gonna do this reality show, and this is, like, I'm gonna get this out of it. Like, did you have a goal of saying, like, you know, just maybe, like, try and pitch myself for another show after this or something?
I kind of knew that going on this show would be good for, like, social media and stuff like that, but what I wanted to do going in was just win and kind of define this game show that, like, no one's played it before. Nobody really knows how it's going to work. Nobody knows how it's going to be played, and I wanted to define how you play it.
Damn, that's a really good way to look at this shit. Holy fuck.
yeah. Like, I wanted to be the first winner of this show. Like, I love, like, I've played sports my whole life. I love competing.
I was gonna say, like, that was a line from a straight fucking winner right there, bro. Holy shit. Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck fucking Vance pills, baby.
Yeah, no, I was motivated to win, and I wanted to kind of go in there, learn how the game works, I wasn't sure if we were going to be voting people out. I wasn't sure if it was going to be complete popularity. So I kind of had a strategy that could go anywhere. And
you went in there with that sports mentality.
Yeah,
with that aggression. Yeah.
And I kind of had that. I was kind of talking about this earlier, where it's like, you know, maintain favor with the audience, but be neutral with the other contestants, because you never know if we're going to have to vote each other for anything. And there was a moment where we were going to vote to make somebody immune. Yeah. And I was like, okay, finally, like, because I expected to be voting the whole time. Yeah. And we didn't actually end up doing the vote.
I remember that. That confused me too, because I was like, did they even vote?
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that people would have given me the immunity. I think Damiel left, and that's why they were just like, okay, no one's gonna get immune. But yeah, it was to kind of be like, I wanted to define how it's played, and maybe I think maybe sometimes I got caught up in trying to play it my way and not playing it the way that it should have been. Kind of going in there and wanting to define how the show is played, I feel like did work against me in some cases. That wasn't looking back, probably wasn't the smartest course of action, was to just kind of be neutral.
Hey man, as someone with 0 simps, you did a fucking great job, and you squeezed what fucking juice you could, because god damn it, I hate to be that guy, but if you had a pair of tits, you probably would have had way more people buying you plushies. Because like, let's be fucking real, man. Like Josie and Letty, they were like cash cows almost, you know what I mean? Like $500 a plushie and shit like that. I feel like you did amazing for what you had to work with, because I mean, you're working with, like, as you said, your fans are regular people. Their fans are regular people mixed in with a shitload of fucking weirdos. Man, you know, it's like, because you can have that audience engagement, but it's like, those fucking simps are just gonna keep sending them money. You know, it kind of blows my mind, like, whenever they do live streams, like, the viewership and then the amounts of money that they get, it's kind of sometimes a little cringe, you know? Right. Because it's like, are you really earning this because of your content, or you just got simps? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to hate on them when I say that, because I have nothing but respect for Josie and Letty, but you know, I feel like those simp armies fueled them quite a bit, you know? And you did an amazing job, because you didn't have simps to your advantage, you know? Yeah, that was one thing. Yeah, that was one thing that was difficult to gauge as well, was like figuring out what the audience's perspective of the other contestants is as well, because I was kind of basing a lot of my moves and strategy off of that. You know, I think I did well, and I think like you absolutely did. You earned you earned every fucking step of your place.
And like, I could sit here and pinpoint like, okay, I should have done this at this time, I should have done that, but like, it's not going to change anything. It's all
here's the thing though, the fact that you're doing that though, Vance, like, trust me, like, I wish I would have been telling, even like, so I'm 30 now, I wish I would have just told myself stuff like this, even just at, you know, 29, 28, 27, whatever, you know, like, the fact that you're looking at that and critiquing that of yourself, you are leveling up. You're gaining XP +1 by doing that, because whatever you pursue, whether it be your skits, your music, maybe a totally different project that is not MDE related, you are now going to think of that in your head like, okay, when it came down to that point, I really had to shape it up, because you took that to heart, because you knew this is going to benefit me in the future. I probably should. That's you growing up as a person and growing up as an entertainer. I'm telling you that right now, because there's plenty of times, like I said, with my ADD, my ADHD, I'm fucking hard on myself, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, just back the fuck off yourself and just do it, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that's what he was telling all of you for, is just to kind of like amp it up, because you all did a wonderful job. You really did. And again, I'm gonna repeat this, you did an amazing job not having a simp army. You didn't have that to your advantage. They did.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
For real.
Thank you.
For real.
Yeah, I'm gaining a lot of good insight with this interview.
What's funny? Think about this. You could be someone's first introduction to a live or to a reality show, and to how reality show tactics work. So you watch Survivor, somebody else down a couple years from now could be like, oh, I've seen Fish Tank season 1 and I know what Vance was doing, so I've seen this shit before. So you are literally someone's first experience of reality show tactics.
Yeah. That's cool to think about.
Yeah, man. Cool to think.
And that kind of ties into me going in there and wanting to define it a little bit.
You did. Oh yeah, man. So do you feel like you've grown from this experience? You've gained a lot. I know we talked about your audience and your YouTube numbers, but you as a person, you feel like you've grown a lot from this experience, and that you've become more of the person that maybe you envision on the inside?
I would say definitely a little bit. I don't think I went through any crazy transformation or anything.
Yeah,
like
no
that,
insane metamorphosis.
Yeah, but it's definitely like the whole experience was very eye-opening. Like me being able to get along with people that are completely opposite of me. I don't know. It's just it's cool knowing that like no matter who you are, like we can relate on some level.
Hell yeah.
That's kind of, I think that's mostly my takeaway from it.
Do you have any plans to meet up with any of the Fisher freeloaders in the future besides live stream?
Yeah, no concrete plans, but I would love to. I know that I talked with Josie and John about going on John's party bus down in Oregon.
Okay,
which
shit.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Content right there, brother.
Like admittedly I haven't, like I'm not great at reaching out to people and like talking to.
You did with me? Shit.
Yeah. But I mean, like I'm kind of bad at following up with friends and like texting family and shit like that.
I think we all are with the distractions.
Yeah. So like I haven't reached out to most of the other people from the show yet, but I do want to. I think eventually like we will probably meet up and do something, especially like Team Evil and John.
Oh fuck yeah, gonna have to get some Team Evil merch going, maybe even do a live stream all together, you know, because it's really cool seeing when you guys you know, join each other's live streams, although the one with Chris that one time was a little too chaotic. When
I was in there for like 20 minutes and I was like, yeah, I could kind of tell, but I don't blame you at all, because it was, I talked with Lance about that too, it was just a little too all over the place. But I'd like to stream with Josie, because she's in the rhythm games, you know. I was talking about Rock Band, Guitar Hero, like I love rhythm too. See where she's at with her current drum skills and be like, all right, let's test you out, Josie, and you be the sensei. Yeah, so I got to talk to her and like set that up. But yeah, and me and Sylvia are planning a stream as well. Hell yeah. We are, I could probably say this, but we're like writing a song together. Awesome, and it's gonna, I think it's gonna be on her album that's coming out. Yeah, hype everybody up. Got a collab in the works, musical collab with Vance and Sylvia. Hell yeah, ready for that? Ready for that? I'm also ready for the vibe of that, because both of y'all's styles are very unique. So I'm really interested to hear that mesh. It's gonna be, I'm interested to hear it as well. It's gonna be, two completely different styles coming together. I'm excited for it. When it comes to your music, what's up with the seagull? I have to ask. What made that your trademark? Like the bird heads? So that might be a little hard to pinpoint. I think I just had, so we made a TripleBuck skit involving bird masks. I don't think it's even on YouTube. I don't know if we finished making it or anything, but so we had had these masks lying around and made a song, and then I wanted to make a video for it, and I was kind of inspired by Clowncore. I don't know if you know what that is, but not familiar. They're like this kind of jokey band that it's like two guys and they wear clown masks and clown suits, and they film all their videos in a porta potty. Like they do the performance in the porta potty. I did watch one of your music videos. I checked out one of your music videos, and it was like, was it the one you said porta potty, so it probably is it, because you have a bird head on and you're like all over the place, and you even start pecking at the keyboard and shit like that. Echo, that's what it is. Echoes. Echo, so that whole kind of vibe was very inspired by Clowncore with the masks and kind of doing it's just like a feeling that like watching their music videos is like, okay, I don't necessarily need a huge budget. I can just kind of go out and do this. But yeah, so going back to why, I think it was just, I don't know, like there's something absurd about it. The unsettling eyes of the seagull. Another like reason for the seagull mask was I am writing an album. I've been writing this alongside the one that I'm gonna be putting out hopefully soon. But it's like a concept album about like an engineered. It's honestly really fucking stupid. No, but it's you're like, wait, just hear this. It's about a seagull that gets hit by like a baseball or something. Like it dies. It's dead on the ground. It gets hit by a baseball or something like that, and then a scientist picks it up and like not genetically, but like it engineers it and kind of turns it into like this, like the ultimate seagull. Co-written by Simmons. But it's about like this basically Frankenstein bird. So I imagine a claymation music video. So I guess out of all your time in the fish tank, you feel like it's a pretty goddamn memorable time, huh? Like something you're never gonna forget. You've gained a lot of new friends, you feel? Absolutely, I think so. Yeah, I'd like to keep in touch with everyone and maintain that friendship with them, because like honestly like the bonds you form in the tank are like I didn't expect to necessarily be friends with anybody after the fact, but like you really bond with each other in a weird way. It's like you're both
you went through jail together. Went through war together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's something pretty damn powerful, definitely.
Like you literally though, that could be something. You feel like you're in the trenches together, you know what I mean? Like literally you're dealing with the shit, you're fighting against the audience and TTS and all the chances kind of alongside each other, and then only have each other to confide in at the end of the day, you know? Because it's like y'all can't even see out the windows. Fuck me, dude. Like I'd be going stir crazy in there. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, I definitely had moments where I was like
about to jump out that fucking window.
Yeah. luckily I'm pretty good at like pulling myself out of a rut, but there were definitely, like, I won't lie, times where it was getting dark.
What do you think the darkest time was? Was it really just like when you said right before Alex Stein came in? Like, what do you think the darkest time, if there was a time where you were like, I think I'm fucking out of here, well, what do you think was the closest time you would have been like, I'm throwing the towel in?
It was probably before Frank showed up. It was like between when the camping challenge ended and Frank showing up. Just, I don't know what was going on with me, but just something wasn't right mentally, and I think you could just chalk it up to, you know, no sunlight,
no vitamin D and exhaustion.
Yeah, being with people that you don't necessarily want to spend that much time with.
Oh yeah, yeah, no clothes. Literally, you have no privacy, so.
Yeah, yeah, just all the circumstances basically just kind of hit me at once, and I don't know why, but it was a dark time. Like I got through it, but yeah, no, that was the only time I was really considering, like, damn, can I do this? Like I knew I could do it, but it was just like, I really have to buckle down and endure here.
Yeah, keep it together, man. Like that kind of shit, talking to yourself and pepping yourself up.
Yeah, like the like Vance pills or the pep talks I would give to the camera, like in that time it was like to myself.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Trying to, like when you look in yourself in the mirror before something big, maybe even a performance or a fight or something, and you're just like, fuck, I got this, let's go. If given the chance, I know you said it would be a really steep thing because it'd be a lot to demand for. Do you think that you would give it one more go as a fish at any time? Maybe not for season 2, but like, would you try for another 42 days at the grand prize?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah? Damn.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially now knowing what I could have done better and maybe what I did wrong, I absolutely would do it again, and I think I would definitely win the second time.
Oh, really? What would you do different? Just try and generally show yourself out more, or stir the pot up a little bit more?
Yeah, stir the pot, but like I think still remaining neutral, but being I guess maybe chaotic neutral. Yeah, you know. Yeah, and just
tactically
kind of adapting.
Chaotically neutral.
Exactly. Like doing a better job at adapting and knowing, okay, this fell flat, TTS hated me for this, okay, I shouldn't do that. They liked this, I gotta play into that. And yeah, I think if I were to do it again, I would have a lot better perception and a lot, like I would just know how to adapt a little bit better.
I think you're already implementing that now, even just saying that, see? Because as we said earlier, you're keeping these things in mind, man. And I'll tell you another thing, it takes a lot of gusto to like put yourself out there like that to get on a show, but even just to like do the live performances that you do, not a lot of people, like that's nerve-wracking itself, you know what I mean? And it doesn't matter if one person's watching, none, or 10 or 100, it's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it took me years to be able to even get on stage and perform. I've been making music since I was 14 or 15, but I never did any performances until I think it was last year.
Oh wow.
I just couldn't bring myself to deal with the nerves. Like,
so what would you say to somebody, like whether they be a musician trying to do, or maybe planning to do their first performance, maybe someone who's doing something as crazy as thinking about going on a show like Fish Tank, or just somebody who just has an idea locked away that they've had forever, maybe they just want to make a YouTube video, whatever. What would you say to somebody, an aspiring creator that's maybe dealing with the same kind of conundrum, who's afraid to put themselves out there, maybe a little bit nerve-wracking? What would be your words of either encouragement or wisdom for them?
I mean, I would say there's nothing stopping you other than yourself. And once you do it, like when I performed for the first time, I was like, why haven't I been doing this for years? It's just a matter of going out there and doing it, getting over that mental hurdle, realizing like, even if this goes horribly wrong, like, so what?
Yeah.
It's all like in your head. It's all in your head. And nobody is really that judgmental. And if they are, like, you don't really want them as a supporter anyway.
Yeah, that's someone you don't even want to hear out. They have their own things, their own issues that they internally have not dealt with.
Yeah, just get over that mental hurdle however you can. Get out there and do it, and you'll get addicted to it. You'll never want to stop.
Fuck yeah, I love that. Words of encouragement from the Vance about performance. I love it, man. Hell yeah, it's been a really awesome talk, man. Is there anything else that you got going on with the endeavors and the plans of Vance that we haven't talked about, or is there maybe something that you would just like to shout out or plug in, or something that you want to just kind of point out to the audience?
I guess I could say like my streaming schedule. I'm doing Wednesdays at 3, I think I decided, and then Sundays at 8. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. PST is the secret stream.
Hell yeah, the secret stream. Y'all gotta check that out. Subscribe to Vance.
yeah, Vance Latta on YouTube. Watch TripleBuck as well. We're gonna get that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just, thanks for having me on.
Man, thank you for talking to me, man. Thank you so much for reaching out and giving me the opportunity to give you your first fish tank interview, man. It's been awesome, for real. And one thing I'm really excited about is for everybody to see past the fish tank versions of all of you. To see that there's more than just like Vance who was in the fish tank. You know what I mean? To see more of like everybody, so that's the main thing that I think will be cool for all of your audiences, and for anyone that you might have loved ones who kind of want to see a little bit more, interaction, maybe a little less fish tank chaotic like, but yeah, something for you to let your audience know more about you, let them know that you're more than just this contestant that they saw.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, this is a good platform to do that. I think you do an excellent job with these interviews.
I try.
And I hope you get to interview more fish. The one you did with Lance, I didn't see the Simon one, but the one with Lance was amazing. I'm sure the one with Simon was as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to more. I hope people reach out to you.
Hell yeah, man. But I definitely wish you nothing but success for your future endeavors. I wish you nothing but luck. I wish you nothing but happiness, brother. Thank you so much for talking to me and giving me your time. You did a wonderful job on the fish tank, man. Everybody loved you, and I can see why. Everybody got along with you. Not one person has anything bad to say about you other than your clone who's trying to overtake your life. But don't worry, that's up to you and how much fight you have on how much you're gonna let Lance corrupt and infect your life. And then get your cat back, man. He's got your cat.
Oh, yeah. We'll get her back. We'll bring her back home.
I believe, man. I believe. Hey, you know what? If Solid Vance needs a little help from Riding Rez, if we gotta go in and get little kitty cat back, we do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
But yeah. Thank you, man. And likewise, I wish you all the best.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Thank you so much, Vance. I do appreciate everything, brother. And I really, really hope the best for you, man. I wish you nothing but happiness in your life. Much love to you and all your loved ones. And thank you so much for being here, man. And y'all need to subscribe and like Vance's page, Vance Latta on YouTube. Check out his streams. He always does some really fun, really cool, entertaining streams that he always has a little surprise for you to figure out. Go ahead and stay tuned and watch.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
thank you, brother. Hey, you have a good night, man. Much love.
And happy 4th.
Happy 4th, brother. All right,
talk to you later.
Have a good one, man. Vance is a multi-talented entertainer and musician that really gave his all in the fish tank. I can't wait to see where he goes from here, as I agree with Sam and the crew when they say that no matter what, he will succeed. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Rez, and if you enjoyed the video, hit that like and subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss out. Have fun, everybody.